to a new program, a public service or public facility at where we're locating at the 68th and Beecher Burnham Street. The purpose for this hearing is really just to meet to show that it does meet the national objective for a street and pedestrian lighting project within our city, within the guidelines of the federal guidelines, and then also for an opportunity for the public to ask questions of the project and participate in the decision. This is a concept of fairly local concept to the city to our north, Wauwatosa, in their village of what we're contemplating for the 68th and Beecher Burnham Street area. It would be roughly about perhaps about a block around 68th and Beecher, and would overhang Beecher Street. It would consist of a number of poles that would be flank either side of the street, on the north and south sides of Beecher Street, and then with some form of lighting element hanging over the top of the street. This is a concept. This is quite a few poles and lights. We would scale it to the setting within our city and in that neighborhood, and there would be an opportunity to work with an engineering firm on the cost of this. We have received a couple bids already, and it's in the $15,000 estimated cost for the design, and then from there we would venture in to get more detailed estimates on the actual implementation of this type of project. So that concludes my presentation. If there's any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Are there any questions from the council?
Yeah, Mayor Devine?
Alderman Haas.
Yes, Steve, the lighting would be permanent, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, are there any questions from the members of the audience on public hearing number 2? Okay, seeing none, we will close public hearing number 2, and I will now ask the clerk to read out public hearing number 3.
Resolution relative to determination of an application for a special use permit for a restaurant use to be located at 7629 West Greenfield Avenue.
Mr. Scher.
Thanks, Mayor. Thomas and Amina Bell have proposed to lease a portion of the former Schroeder Books shop at 7629 Greenfield Avenue. Their shop would consist of roughly just about nearly 1,000 square feet of area that they would lease from the current owner of the property, and they would feature a number of different styles of coffee. What they'd be known for, though, would be the Ethiopian coffees, basically where coffee originated within our world, and is known for its bright and floral colors. So they'll also offer some non-bake items within the shop, some soups and sandwiches, cold sandwiches, and so on. The hours indicated or volunteered by the applicant are daytime hours, basically 6 a.m. to roughly about 5 p.m. However, for the purposes of the special use, we're advocating for that to be expanded between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. This is the area on the upper right picture, the highlighted area where the shop would be located. There are approximately 2 other tenant spaces within that building facing Greenfield Avenue. Those would be future opportunities, leasable opportunities down the road for others along Greenfield Avenue. The lower picture is a side profile from looking east from 77th Street. You'll notice that the area behind the building, this is an area where the refuse would be located, and there was also access in and out of the shops from behind the building for employees. This is the proposed floor plan, and the customer seating area would be the blue tables that you see in the green areas of the floor plan. They're going to be removing a display area, a stage or ramp area in the front of the building internally, and then replacing that with a table and some chairs facing the glass so you can look out to Greenfield Avenue. And then there'll also be the more traditional style of bistro tables, and then service counter, and then prep kitchen behind that. So the restrooms are located in the lower right portion of this floor plan. So Planning Commission did take a look at this. On January 26th, they had recommended approval. However, they did focus on that area behind the building. This is on the south side of the building. It's situated next to like a commercial warehouse building just south of here. But this rear yard area does feature, or it does have a dead tree, and it looks like an old dog kennel and an old ramp that used to support the refuse bin that's currently located in the sidewalk right of way. So Plan Commission recommended approval, but subject to those areas being cleaned up. The property owner has concurred and is also working with us on updating that ramp or platform area so that the refuse enclosure or the refuse dumpster can be slipped in between the two buildings and kept off of the city right of way as best possible. So we've received no objections to date. There have been a few positive comments, which we appreciate everyone's comments. And with that, concludes my presentation.
Thank you. Any questions on public hearing number 3 from the Common Council?
Mayor Devine?
Alderman Weigel.
Yeah, Steve, I'd just like to share, I'd be a big fan if we get that dumpster off the sidewalk there. I would actually think that maybe the applicant might want to consider putting tables on that west side along a sidewalk someday, and I think I'd be amenable to that as one of the aldermen for the area there. But I think moving the dumpster would be key, and I guess it also begs the question of whatever the other two potential uses, or one use, the other 2/3 of the building, where would their refuse end up being? So I think it might be worth the landlord's while to solve that problem once and for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Any other questions from the council? Seeing none, are there any questions or comments from the members of the audience on public hearing number 3? Okay. That will close our 3rd public hearing, and we will move on to item E, which is citizen participation. This is the opportunity for the council to receive information from members of the public during this 30-minute period. Each speaker must give us your name and address for our official record at the podium, and please limit your comments to one statement of no more than 5 minutes. And the council may not take action or debate topics raised by the speakers, so they cannot discuss due to them not being officially on the agenda. Does anybody wish to address the council under citizen participation this evening? Okay, seeing none, we will close citizen participation. And looking at item F, our standing committees will be meeting during recess. Those room numbers are listed on page 3 of your agendas. Item G is the mayor's report, which I kind of already did. And with that, I will go to item H. Are there any reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine?
Alderperson Keene.
Just a reminder that this Sunday is the PTA Carnival at West Dallas Central from 12 to 4 with prizes and games, food. So if you're looking for something to do, come on out.
Thank you. Any other alderpersons' reports? Okay. We'll move on to item I.
Mayor Devine, there's no previous minutes listed.
You are correct. Standing committee reports, we have none. So we will move to item K.
Mayor Devine, items 8 and 9 will be removed from the consent agenda and referred to Safety and Development Committee. And item 23 on your agenda, at the request of the city attorney, the recommendation will be changed from approve to receive and place on file as the agent has surrendered the license. So with those changes, I would move for adoption of the committee for the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
There's a motion with a second by Alderperson Keene. Any discussion? Hearing none, I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Alderperson Tenorio.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Grisham.
Aye.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Keen.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Stefanski.
Aye.
10 in favor, 0 opposed.
Motion carries.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman
I
Lysick.
move that we stand in recess until conclusion of the committee meetings.
Second.
There's a motion with a second by Alderperson Ranky. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are in recess.